Close your eyes for a second. Take a deep breath. Now ask yourself one question. Who are you when life gets hard? Not when everything is going your way, not when people are cheering for you, not when money is flowing, opportunities are everywhere, and every plan works perfectly. No. Who are you when everything starts falling apart? When you wake up with fear in your chest, when your confidence disappears, when nobody answers your calls, when failure becomes your daily routine, when you begin questioning whether you're good enough. Because that's the moment that separates ordinary people from the people history remembers. Listen carefully. The strongest people in this world were never the luckiest. They weren't born with perfect lives. They weren't handed success. They earned every inch of it through pain, through rejection, through loneliness, through sacrifice. And the truth that most people never want to hear is this. Mental toughness isn't built on your best days. It's built on the days you want to quit, but refuse to. Every morning your alarm rings. You have two choices. The first choice is comfort. Stay in bed, hit the snooze button, tell yourself you'll start tomorrow. Convince yourself that today doesn't matter. The second choice is war. War against laziness, war against excuses, war against fear, war against the weak voice inside your head that whispers, just this once. That voice has destroyed more dreams than failure ever could. Because failure teaches, comfort destroys. Look around. Most people aren't suffering because they failed. They're suffering because they never had the courage to try. They're trapped inside lives they never wanted, working jobs they hate, living someone else's dream, simply because they chose comfort over courage. But you're different. Otherwise, you wouldn't be listening to these words. Deep inside you, there's a version of yourself waiting to be awakened. A version that doesn't complain, doesn't blame, doesn't wait for perfect conditions. A version that keeps moving even while bleeding. Because champions understand something ordinary people never do. Pain is temporary. Character is permanent. Imagine a mountain climber standing at the bottom of the highest mountain he's ever seen. The peak is hidden by clouds. The air is cold. Every instinct tells him to turn around. Nobody would blame him if he did, but he takes one step, then another, then another. Hours become days. Days become weeks. His legs ache. His hands bleed. His lungs burn. Yet something incredible happens. The mountain doesn't become smaller. He becomes stronger. That's how life works. Your problems don't disappear. You become powerful enough to face them. Too many people are waiting for life to get easier. Stop waiting. Life was never designed to become easier. You were designed to become stronger. Every difficult conversation, every rejection, every failure, every lonely night, every sacrifice is training. The universe isn't punishing you, it's preparing you. But preparation is painful. Growth is uncomfortable. Transformation is lonely. That's why so few people ever become extraordinary. Because extraordinary people are willing to endure what ordinary people constantly avoid. Here's the dangerous habit that's quietly destroying millions of lives. Negotiating with yourself. I'll wake up tomorrow. I'll work harder next week. I'll start after one more vacation. I'll become disciplined when life settles down. No, because tomorrow becomes next week. Next week becomes next month. Next month becomes another year. Then one morning, you wake up looking in the mirror, realizing you've become a stranger to your own dreams. Don't let that happen. Your future self is depending on the decisions you make today, not next Monday, not next month. Today. Right now. Discipline isn't about feeling motivated. It's about keeping promises, especially the promises you made to yourself. Think about it. If someone constantly broke promises to you, would you trust them? Of course not. Then why should your own mind trust you when you keep breaking promises to yourself? Every skipped workout, every unfinished goal, every excuse teaches your brain one dangerous lesson. I can't trust myself. Mental toughness begins the moment you rebuild that trust. One promise, one action, one victory at a time. Don't try to change your whole life overnight. Win today. Wake up when you said you would. Finish what you started. Keep your word. Then repeat. Again and again and again. Because greatness is never created in one giant moment. It's built through thousands of invisible victories that nobody applauds, nobody posts about, nobody celebrates until one day the world calls you an overnight success. But they never saw the years you spent fighting battles in silence. They never saw the mornings you woke up before the sun, when the world was still asleep, when no one was clapping for you, no cameras, no audience, no applause, just you, standing face to face with the person in the mirror. And every single morning, that person asked the same question. Are you going to keep your promise today, or are you going to make another excuse? Because the greatest battle you will ever fight is never against another person. It's against your own mind. Your mind will tell you, you're tired. Skip today. You've already done enough. Nobody cares. What's the point? That voice will sound logical. It will sound convincing. It will even sound kind. But understand this. Comfort often speaks in the voice of reason. And if you listen to it every day, one day you'll wake up with a life you never wanted. Mental toughness is not the absence of fear. It's moving forward, even while fear is walking beside you. Think about every successful person you've ever admired. Did they feel fearless? No. They felt afraid. They doubted themselves. They failed. They were rejected. But they refused to let fear become the author of their story. Fear can ride in the car, but it should never touch the steering wheel. That's the difference. Stop asking, how do I stop being afraid? Start asking, how do I keep moving while I'm afraid? Because courage is not the opposite of fear. Courage is action. In the presence of fear, there will be seasons in your life when it feels like you're giving everything and getting nothing in return. You'll work harder than everyone around you, yet someone else gets promoted. You'll sacrifice your weekends, yet nobody notices. You'll stay disciplined, while others seem to succeed by doing less. Don't let that break you. The seed buried under the ground looks exactly like failure until the day it breaks through the surface. Growth is happening, even when you can't see it. The strongest oak tree didn't become strong because the weather was perfect. It became strong because it survived every storm, the wind that tried to destroy it, forced its roots to grow deeper. Your struggles are doing the same thing to you. They're building roots that success alone could never create. Stop wishing for fewer storms. Start becoming the person who can stand through them. Every difficult day, every lonely night, every setback is adding another layer to your character. Character is expensive. That's why so few people have it. Most people want confidence without discipline, strength without struggle, victory without sacrifice. But life doesn't work that way. Everything valuable has a price. The question is, are you willing to pay it? Because every dream demands something. It demands your comfort, your excuses, your old habits, your fear of failure, your need for approval. You cannot become extraordinary while living like everyone else. At some point, you must become comfortable being misunderstood. People will laugh, people will doubt you, people will question your choices. Let them. Never let someone else's small vision become the limit for your future. Remember this. The people who laugh at discipline today will admire the results tomorrow. Stay focused, stay humble, stay hungry, and most importantly, keep showing up, even on the days when motivation disappears. Because those are the days that separate winners from everyone else. The version of you that you've been dreaming about isn't waiting somewhere in the future. That person is being built right now with every decision you make, every promise you keep, every excuse you refuse, every difficult step you choose to take. One day, you'll look back and realize the hardest moments weren't destroying you. They were introducing you to the strongest version of yourself. And that realization changes everything. Because from that moment on, you stop asking, why is this happening to me? And you start asking, what is this trying to teach me? That single shift in your mindset can change the direction of your entire life. The strongest people don't see obstacles, they see opportunities to become stronger. Every setback becomes training. Every failure becomes education. Every painful chapter becomes another page in the story of their greatness. Listen carefully. Your biggest enemy has never been your competition. It has never been your circumstances. It has never been your lack of money or your lack of connections. Your biggest enemy has always been the voice inside your own head. The voice that says, you're not ready, you're not talented enough, someone else can do it better. Maybe this dream isn't for you. But here's what that voice never tells you. Every champion once felt exactly the same. Every successful entrepreneur, every world-class athlete, every great leader, every person you admire started with doubt. The difference is they refuse to let doubt make their decisions. Remember this, your thoughts are suggestions, not commands. Just because your mind says, I can't, doesn't make it true. Your mind is designed to protect you, not to make you extraordinary. It wants certainty. It wants safety. It wants comfort. But greatness lives outside comfort. Growth begins where certainty ends. There will be days when nothing goes according to your plan. You'll give everything and still lose. You'll prepare harder than anyone else and still fail. Those moments will test your identity. Because if your confidence depends only on winning, then every loss will destroy you. Build a confidence, Raikans. That comes from knowing, I never quit. That kind of confidence cannot be taken away. Results come and go. Money comes and goes. Recognition comes and goes. But the habit of refusing to surrender stays with you forever. Stop comparing your journey to someone else's. You have no idea what battles they're fighting. No idea what sacrifices they've made. The only person you should compete with is the person you were yesterday. Become 1% stronger, 1% wiser, 1% more disciplined every single day. That sounds small, but small improvements, repeated every day, create extraordinary lives. Imagine a sculptor standing in front of a giant block of stone. The masterpiece isn't created with one powerful strike. It's created with thousands of careful hits. Most people quit because they don't see immediate results. They don't realize every disciplined action is another strike of the hammer. Every early morning, every workout, every book, every difficult conversation, every promise kept is shaping the person you're becoming. You don't become mentally tough by talking about toughness. You become mentally tough by keeping your standards, even when nobody is watching. Especially when nobody's watching. Because your character is built in private. The world only sees the performance. They never see the preparation. And that's okay. You don't need applause to become great. You need consistency. There will come a day when people call you lucky. Smile, because they'll never understand how many nights you fought exhaustion, how many mornings you defeated doubt, how many times you chose discipline instead of comfort. Luck is often just years of invisible effort meeting one visible opportunity. So don't chase easy. Don't chase shortcuts. Don't chase instant success. Chase mastery. Chase discipline. Chase becoming the kind of person who never breaks under pressure. Because pressure doesn't create character. Pressure reveals it. And every single day, life is asking you one question. Who are you becoming? Make sure your answer is written by your actions, not your excuses, because the next decision you make could become the decision that changes your life forever.